has now actually infected our popular films. So hypocritical Hollywood, sometimes called Hellywood, hella weird, with its putrid and shameless culture of transactional sex, prostitution, self-aggrandizement, holds in its hand one of the most powerful tools by which to indoctrinate masses of human beings. I mean, you just think about the popularity of the Star Wars franchise. Tens of millions of people over the last 40 years are obsessed with Star Wars. But ever since Disney has taken over in 2012, Star Wars has noticeably changed its tone. For example, in The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren says to Rey, both millennials, we would call them, quote, "Let the past die. Kill it if you have to," end quote. That is quintessentially postmodernism. Now, when I say that postmodernism is poisonous to religious traditionalism in colleges and universities, again, I'm referring to Judeo-Christian Islamic tradition, the Abrahamic faith tradition. Okay. Abraham is pronounced Avraham in Hebrew. It literally means father of many nations, right? Ab, alif, ba, abun means father. The word for father in Greek and Latin is pater. Abraham is the patriarch of our religion. Millata abikum Ibrahim. Right? It is the tradition of your patriarch, your father, Abraham. Isa alayhi salam is quoted to have said in the New Testament in Greek, "Etekna tu Abraham ete, ta erga tu Abraham apoyete an." He says to the Pharisees, if you were truly Abraham's children, you would do the works of Abraham. So when you hear postmodernist professors of the social sciences rage against the oppression, tyranny, and eventual overthrow of the patriarchy, the rule of the father, now you know who they're talking about. It's Abraham, Ibrahim alayhi salam, who is called the friend of God in the Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible, in the New Testament, and in the Quran. Aleister Crowley, who's the famous Satanist, he said this in the early 20th century, he said, we are moving away from the age of the patriarch and into the age of Horus, as he called it, the age of the child. Horus is the son of Osiris and Isis, the age of rebellion, irresponsibility, and hedonistic self-indulgence, an age of antalid al-amatu rabbataha, when the girl will give birth to her master, the age of extended adolescence, the age of the phenomenon of the 40-year-old man-child or woman-child, what's known technically as paraphilic infantilism. Check this out. There's actually an entire subculture of adults who choose to live as children. This is also called age play. The most famous example, a 52-year-old man recently in Canada with 7 kids decided to leave his wife and children to live as a 6-year-old girl. He has pigtails, he wears dresses, right? This is what's happening. You also have an entire subculture of adults living as dogs. It's called pup play. And what a surprise, the vast majority are homosexual men, smelling each other's behinds. I try not to use the word gay. I don't allow people to pressure me into using politically correct language unless I want to. Gay has a good meaning. I will not equate it with sexual perversion. The word gay is found in iconic Christmas songs. Deck the halls. Don we now our gay apparel. When I was a kid, we watched reruns of the Flintstones. Right? We'll have a gay old time. Christmas and children have nothing to do with sodomy. I will not associate the two. So this is an age of shamelessness, of doing what thou wilt, which is, of course, again, the credo of Crowleyan Satanists. It's interesting, there's a hadith in the Arba'een of Imam Nawawi. The Prophet ﷺ says, I'm going to tell you something that every prophet told his people. إِذَا لَمْ تَسْتَحْيِي فَاسْنَعْ مَا شِئْتَ. If you have no shame, then do what thou wilt. Right? So it's not, okay, I don't have any shame, I'll do it. No. The point is, you have to have shame. You can't do what thou wilt. Now with that said, imagine an 18-year-old Quran and Sunnah believing student entering into these institutions. Institutions that have literally declared ideological warfare on Abrahamic morality. What do you expect will happen to his faith if he is not prepared for the intellectual battlefield? He'll be ripped apart, chewed up, and spit out.